For 90 years, the world's second smallest country, renowned as an enclave of the rich and famous, from athletes to divas to oligarchs, has been equally synonymous with motor racing at the highest level. Today, for the third time, the Principality of Monaco plays host to the most unpredictable and progressive motorsport on the planet. Welcome to round 9 of the all-electric ABB FIA Formula E Championship, the Monaco E-Prix. Hello everyone, I'm Bob Varsha with 8 different winners from the first 8 races of this season. Nothing compares with Formula E. Our circuit is the shortest on the calendar at 1.7 kilometers, just over a mile with 12 turns veteran fans can recite by name. A shortened version of the Monaco Grand Prix circuit, the field of 22 will rocket by the grandstands at a little over 50 seconds per lap. The cars are lined up on the Boulevard Albert I, so let's turn the microphone over to the men who will call the start. Lead race commentator Jack Nichols and 3-time Indy 500 champion Dario Franchitti.
Thank you very much, Bob. Good afternoon, everybody. And here is the grid, how they will line up for this 45-minute plus 1 lap race of the Monaco E-Prix. Pole position on the left-hand side, it is Jean-Eric Vergne for the DS Techeetah team. Alongside him on the front row, the red, white and blue Mahindra of Pascal Wehrlein. Alongside him in third place is Oliver Rowland. Rowland set the fastest time in qualifying but had a penalty from the last race, so is dropped back to third on the grid. And in fourth place, it's Felipe Massa, Dario.
Yeah, Felipe Massa, his home race, the Venturi's team's home race. Can he get his first Formula E podium today?
Sebastian Buemi lines up 5th in the other Nissan. And then in 6th position, you have the first of the BMWs, Alexander Sims for the BMW I Andretti team. Alex Lynn with his best qualifying since his return to Formula E in only his 3rd race with the Panasonic Jaguar team. And then you've got Antonio Felix da Costa, winner of the opening race of the season, 3rd in the championship. He's the highest of our championship contenders in 8th place. Jose Maria Lopez for the J-Ox Dragon team lines up in 9th place, and Stoffel van Dorn completes the top 10, still looking for a win this season. He's had 1 podium in Rome already earlier in the year. This, though, is the championship leader, Robin Freins, in 11th.
Robin Freins won his first Formula E race in Paris last race. This is going to be a test of his patience today, though.
Mitch Evans qualified well, but was given a 10-place grid penalty for a qualifying infringement. Lucas Di Grassi starts 13th for the Audi team, and then it is Sam Bird, a driver who was a championship contender but has failed to score in the last 3 races. Alongside him, another Briton, Oliver Turvey for the Neo Formula E team. That team are bottom of the team's championship, so would really like a good haul of points this afternoon, but from 15th it's going to be difficult. Then it's 16th place Daniel Abt in the other Audi. He's ahead of the teammate car to Stoffel van Dorn, Gary Paffett for HWA Race Lab. Tom Dillman in the other Neo is in 18th place. 19th on the grid, Jerome D'Ambrosio. He's 5th in the championship. He didn't have a good qualifying. The same is true of the man in 20th, Andre Lotterer, 2nd in the standings, only 1 point off the championship lead, but he hit the wall in qualifying and starts in 20th place. A penalty carried over from the last race for Eduardo Mortara sees him in 21st. And completing the 22, Maxi Gunter, who despite a decent qualifying had a 10-place grid penalty. The car's lining up then, and it is Jean-Eric Vergne, the reigning champion, but the man who is 6th in the championship standings at the moment, who's in prime position to take a win. It's difficult to overtake around Monaco, Dario.
It is very difficult, and expect Jean-Eric Vergne to be very robust in his defence today. But he is confident of leading out of Sandoval in lap 1, and that is key to his strategy.
There you can see the stress levels. We've taken the regular heart rate of the drivers, and this is how they are at the moment. All 5 lights are on, and we go green in Monaco. Good start from Vergne. Decent start from Rowland as he tries to get up the inside. He said he wanted to lunge it at turn 1. I think he was joking, and he's been fairly sensible into the first corner of Sandoval. Then they'll start cascading down the hill towards the hairpin right-hander, and Rowland is under a bit of pressure here. Buemi goes to the inside, it's 3 wide. Buemi very sensibly gets out of it. Felipe Massa trying to get around the outside. Everybody safely through the first 3 corners, which is good to see. But Jean-Eric Vergne leads, Wehrlein 2nd, Rowland 3rd, 4th is Massa, 5th is Buemi, 6th is Alexander Sims. So no change at the opening corner in the front runners.
And I think Jerome D'Ambrosio in the Mahindra near the back of the field has got some damage to his front wing. We heard some crunching as they went into Sandoval in the first lap. And I think he's in more and more trouble. 5th in the championship at the moment.
Through La Rascasse and then out through Anthony Nogues for the first time to complete the opening lap. Around the outside there goes Andre Lotterer trying to get past the Audi. and I think he's managed to make that stick. No, not quite, but bold stuff from Lotterer, who's made up a lot of places at the start.
Yeah, I think he got a couple around the outside at Lap Rascasse, but then the Audi stopped his progress. But he has got to be aggressive today. As you said, Jack, second in the championship, but he's got a long way to go to score 1 point, never mind 25.
Roland is going a little bit defensive from Felipe Massa behind. Lotterer leads in the black and gold Techeetah. Second is the red and white Mahindra. On the right-hand side is the attack mode activation zone, and the drivers go through that. They have to do it twice in the race, and they get an extra power boost of an extra 25 kilowatts. And they have to do that twice over the course of the E-Prix. It's very tactical. It'll be fascinating to see what they do here. But the top two pulling away here a little bit from Oliver Roland in third.
Yeah, the attack mode here in Monaco, and usually it doesn't cost the driver any time to go into the attack mode activation zone. Other tracks, it's cost them time and almost positions. This is when Jean-Eric Vergne, our leader, is at his most dangerous. When he is out front leading a race, he can control the race from there.
2 laps completed, so the attack mode activation zone is now open. Everybody neat and tidy coming through Saint-Devote. Oliver Roland has just pulled away a little bit from Felipe Massa behind. No one thinking of a lunge. Oh, someone did a little cutback coming into the hairpin. There is the attack mode on the right-hand side. No one going through it yet. You don't want to waste it 2 minutes into the E-Prix.
No, you can hear a little bit of lifting. There'll be very slight energy saving in the early part of the race, I think. But after that, the guys are going to be flat out, especially if we get a safety car or a full course yellow.
Jean-Eric Vergne leading, Pascal Wehrlein in second place. The only man to have ever won the Monaco E-Prix on the 2 times it's been run is Sebastian Buemi, who's currently sitting in 5th place in the silver Nissan. The top 2 pulling away, Roland in 3rd, then the silver and irritatingly equally silver Felipe Massa Venturi is in 4th position. So Roland is the first of those silver cars, then it's Massa. This is looking back at Alex Lynn on board with Alexander Sims. So the 2 Alexes dueling it out over 6th position. Still no one using the attack mode just yet.
Lucas de Grassi has made up a couple of spots from 13th to 11th in the Audi. As we see, Lotterer, yeah, armed attack mode, you saw him go through. But de Grassi's just slowly working his way up, as he likes to do. That's what makes him such a difficult person to beat in the championship. He just keeps grinding away and getting results.
Lotterer drove through the attack zone, but Bob, it doesn't look as though he's managed to get it stuck.
No, normally we get a graphic that signals the 4 minutes of extra power that a driver gets, and it certainly looked like a straight shot through the 3 sensors. Wondering what happened to Andre Lotterer.
And we saw in Rome, Mitch Evans leading the race and went through the attack mode activation zone. It didn't activate. They get lights on the steering wheel and they get beeps in their ears to tell them each time they cross one of the 3 sensors they have to cross properly to activate it. And that Mitch said that last sensor didn't go off. He got this cold sort of feeling and knew he had to do it again. But you know, he's not costing Lotterer any time to do it today, unlike, as we said, in previous races through the swimming pool complex. Felipe Massa just shadowing at the moment Oliver Roland.
Felipe Massa, who is 16th in the championship, a best result of 5th in Hong Kong earlier in the year. He's currently set to better that, lying in 4th position.
The Venturi's had some reliability issues. The HWA team used Venturi powertrain as well. They had some reliability issues. They've fixed those now. It was to do with the drive shafts, but that cost a lot of results for the 4 cars using the Venturi powertrain earlier in the season.
Down into Saint-Devote. No one close enough to make a move just yet. There's the usable energy remaining on the left-hand side. Everybody pretty similar to each other. If anything, Roland has a tiny bit more and Wehrlein a tiny bit less. Great to hear them flashing underneath the camera down there, isn't it?
We've seen this before, everybody sort of sizing each other up, but it's very difficult to gain enough of an advantage to even attempt an overtaking manoeuvre. But I think as the race goes on, people will become more and more desperate to get up front.
Vergne ahead of Wehrlein, the top 2, the Techeetah and the Mahindra. Then it's Roland in 3rd, who has the fastest lap of the race at the moment. And as I say that, it's taken away by Jean-Eric Vergne. And then we've got Roland in 3rd, then Massa in 4th. Right behind him is Buemi. The first of the blue and white cars is Alexander Sims.
Yeah, the first energies, 7562.
Same energy than Vergne in front, 1% less than Roland behind.
Pascal Wehrlein in second place, being told you got the same energy as the guy in front, less than the guy behind. But Buemi does now activate attack mode, so you can see there's 4 chevrons. Lotra goes for it again and doesn't get it again. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because it looked like he was dead centre, exactly where he had to be. Now Buemi has got to attack 5th place in the Nissan. He's got to use that extra 25 kilowatts of power, about 12% increase, and he's got to put pressure on Felipe Massa and try and force Massa into a mistake.
And he's very, very close to the back now as they come down towards Saint-Devote. Keep an eye out here. Sebastian Buemi goes to the outside. Massa covers the inside.
Very tactical.
Some of the teams saying because there's so much grip on this tarmac compared to a normal Formula E racetrack, the attack mode is better. And around the outside, Massa's going to hold it. He's not going to give that one up easily. And Felipe Massa holds onto the position. But you can put that power down more effectively on this street circuit. Massa now goes to attack mode in response to Buemi. So he's now holding that place, and all lurking up behind them is this first blue and white BMW I Andretti car. That is Alexander Sims, as everyone else chucks their way through.
Mitch Evans being pretty defensive in 10th place in the Jaguar. So one of the issues with the sort of the fairly high grip surface is that it puts more pressure on the tyres. It works the tyres harder. So as the race goes on, the rear tyres are probably going to start to overheat just a little bit.
Well done, Felipe. Good move. Let's catch Roland in front of us.
So well done, Felipe. Good move. That is taking the activation zone. You can see clearly on the left-hand side there, Felipe Massa has 4 minutes left. Buemi has 3 minutes left. That's the amount of chevrons next to it, Bob.
Really, it's no surprise they're being this careful about when they use attack mode, because we've heard time and again this weekend that energy management is going to be critical in this race. There's not a lot of opportunities for regen to gather up battery power. So you better know just how quickly you're using up your battery store before you start using big chunks in attack mode.
Yeah, the car is able to regenerate energy through the braking system, but there's not a huge amount of braking around here, so that's the big problem. It's quite a fast circuit as far as Formula E is concerned.
Yeah, which is bizarre to say, because normally you talk about Monaco, you talk about the confines of Monaco and everything, but again, it's a wide, smooth, fairly quick circuit.
Oh, lock up from Wehrlein, he's thrown it away! Wehrlein goes straight on at Saint-Devote, and up into second place now goes Oliver Rowland. Felipe Massa goes past him as well. Sebastian Buemi's going to try and get the dummy, but he can't quite get it done.
Take the loop. Take the loop.
So there's now sending Wehrlein to the attack mode to try and recover some of those positions that he's thrown away from that tiny little lockup at Saint-Devote at the first corner. Verne leads, Rowland second, Massa third now.
And Massa's in podium position at the moment. That would be very popular here in Monaco.
Wehrlein saying on the radio he's really frustrated, he just locked up, that's all, no other issue. Felipe Massa never won here in Monaco in Formula 1, but finished on the podium in third place, appropriately enough, on a handful of occasions, and that's where he is sitting at the moment, with Jean-Eric Verne leading the way with 36 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Rowland 2 seconds back now in second place. Verne is looking very, very strong at the front of this field. This is the progress they've made up the order. Rowland and Massa have made up a place each.
Gap 2 seconds.
You heard it from the engineer.
And the gap is 2 seconds. Jean-Eric Verne is told there by Pascal Portosa.
And he has that confidence, Jean-Eric Verne, when it's going well for him. It just sort of, it's such a momentum sport racing, but Jean-Eric's quite an emotional driver. And he's in his happy place. Any driver's happy to be in front, but Jean-Eric really thrives on it, I think.
So there you see Buemi's clock ticking down. When they hit 0, he will be back down to 200 kilowatts of power as opposed to 225 when he was in attack mode, and the blue flashing lights will stop on the front of his car. So you see these next 3 cars have blue flashing lights. The one behind of Sebastian Buemi does not, because he has finished his first use of the attack mode. Verne leading, Rowland second there, Massa third there, the 2 silver cars together. Jean-Eric Verne is starting to disappear up the road a little bit, and there's Pascal Wehrlein in 4th place.
And that frustration level must be high in the Mahindra, because he knows that how difficult it is to pass. And he kind of threw that one away just with the slightest mistake. But that is the tightrope that all these drivers are on. And if they push a little too hard, there is no track limits. The barriers are just waiting. The barrier, I say it a lot, the barrier wins every time. Every time you get into an argument with one of these Armco barriers, you come off worse.
Didn't stop you trying though, did it?
Oh no, absolutely not.
They just don't listen.
Exactly, no matter how many times you tell them.
34 minutes plus a lap to go.
Massa is out of 225. Massa is out of 225. We've got 1 minute 45 remaining.
So that's Verlaine being told the driver in front of you, Felipe Massa, in the second car you can see there with the Brazilian colours, the blue and yellow helmet. He's out of power attack mode, but you're still in it, Pascal. So this is the time to try and get past the guy in front of you.
And we saw Verlaine coming out of Sandoval, and it slid the back end of the car as Sims goes through attack mode. But Verlaine is pushing as hard as he can to get on terms with Felipe Massa in front.
There's the attack modes remaining. 2 for Jean-Eric Verne, 2 for Lynn and Da Costa, and then De Grassi, and then everyone basically from 12th place backwards has got an attack mode has got 2 attack modes to use. The top 2 in the championship at the moment, both out of the points. Price in 11th place, Lotter in 17th, and they're all queuing up here, aren't they, behind Sebastian Buemi.
Blue Alpha 18 confirm.
Lim. Sims goes to the outside. Imagine, fantastic, he's having that radio conversation while trying to overtake Buemi in front of him. And yeah, Buemi holds the place for the moment. Sims has got 4 minutes left, so no huge rush for him. A little bit of a lockup from De Grassi, who's under pressure from Robin Freins behind. And they're going through the attack mode activation now. Is going to be Alex Lynn in 7th place.
And Mitch Evans behind him.
Sims being asked to give the energy if you can. Well, he's a bit busy at the moment.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Watch as they come out of the last corner, how close they get to the wall. The wall comes up in a hurry, and a lot of them are using the curb to actually arrest the slide. Some of them this morning were actually running into the wall right there. It's so difficult, but you've got to use all the road because it's a long straight afterwards.
So Sebastian Buemi here at the front of this queue was the only man to have led a lap of the Monaco E-Prix. He won the last 2. There's a bit of action. Sam Bird under pressure from Mitch Evans. Bird holds on to that 12th position for the time being. But now Buemi is the stopper in the bottle, really, from everyone trying to get past behind.
Which is kind of odd because the Nissan has been really quick.
And his
recently.
teammate Roland is closing in on Jean-Eric Verne, the race leader.
Oliver Rowland just has to be, he's got to finish today, doesn't he? He's been so quick and he's beat himself on a number of occasions. Just kind of throttle it back a bit. 98% will probably get the job done. 102 and you're going to make a mistake, as we saw Pascal Wehrlein make earlier.
Buemi's going so defensive. So one Nissan closing in on the lead, Oliver Rowland. The other here in 5th place, Sebastian Buemi, holding everyone up.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on in that cockpit, though. It's clear like there might be an issue. There might be an issue with the car that we don't know about that he's managing. And Sims is going to look to the outside again, but nothing doing. And there's nowhere to really get that cut back. You've got to be so aggressive and almost push on the way into turn 3.
Here's a look at the start replay. Now, I thought Roland was going to send it up the inside, but he didn't in the end. There was a slow start in the middle of the pack for Jose Maria Lopez.
Watch further back and you hear the incidents.
Yeah, a few crunches here and there, weren't there?
One of the great things about Formula E, you can hear the carbon fibre crunching.
This is on board with Verne, the race pole position.
Straight away defensive from Wehrlein, but then he opens up the door. That was quite brave, because you can see Roland is already trying to make that pass. This is a mistake from Wehrlein. Just locked up the inside front. Recovered quickly though. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, but it's cost him a good 2 positions. Here's Jean-Eric Verne, our race leader, with 30 minutes plus 1 lap to go. 2nd place is Oliver Rowland. The gap back up to 2 seconds now. So Verne extending his advantage a little more. Felipe Massa still there in 3rd place, with 4th place Pascal Wehrlein tucked in behind. Wehrlein couldn't take advantage of still being in attack mode. Sims is the last of the drivers still in attack mode up behind Buemi, but he hasn't really been able to make a move just yet.
No, and you saw Buemi coming up to turn 3 immediately to the inside of the track, going defensive. And because of that, you're going to have to be aggressive, but too aggressive, and the officials will be having a word with you, and the result might be in jeopardy. So, yeah, the drivers can push, but earlier in the season we're all pushing too hard, and we saw the 3-place grid penalties that 3 different drivers had after the Paris race for contact.
Sebastian Buemi's stress level at 6 at the moment. It goes from -10 to 10, and 0 is his normal heart rate at that particular point on the circuit, so that's why he might be a little bit stressed. Now Sims is going to be under pressure here from Lynn. Lynn not close enough to do anything this time around.
But the inside's blocked, Jack, and as we've seen, the outside doesn't work. You don't have the pace difference to go all the way outside, so he's got to try and catch him napping, as we see an overtaking manoeuvre into Tabac, that was the corner they just went through, would be quite impressive. It's a very fast part of the track. You hear the car hit over the curb.
Alex Lim behind. I'm not sure if his lights were still on the front. He's still got his attack mode remaining. It's going to run out now.
Only goes on when they go to full throttle as well.
But on the radio, he was saying it's gone, it's gone. He's lost the attack mode a little bit early there. So here they come, down the start-finish straight into Sandoval. He's run out of it now anyway, and the man behind him, Antonio Felix da Costa. Oh, that's wide from Alexander Sims. Little bit of a mistake, and Lynn is right on the back of him. Here comes the Jaguar.
Here goes the BMW round the outside. Da Costa right round.
Oh, what a move from Da Costa. Absolutely fantastic. And I wonder if there was a little bit of a team play there where Sims held Lynn up.
Balance okay.
So that Da Costa could get past.
That was opportunistic, was it not?
Fantastic stuff. We just saw Da Costa appearing around the outside, and out of nowhere, he's now up into 7th position. I wonder if we'll see a bit of team orders here to try and let Da Costa have a go at Buemi in front.
Well, Da Costa's 3rd in the championship.
Well, that as well.
And Sims is 15th, so you might see a bit of team orders, but if I was running the team, I think I would. I'd at least give him the chance to see if he can go up and pass Sebastian Buemi.
Sims has just asked the team whether they want to swap positions because Antonio is on attack.
That's the team player right there.
And the team have confirmed it on the radio, so expect the switcheroo. There it is. Through goes Antonio Felix da Costa. Good bit of team play. While the driver has the possibility to be going quicker, let him go through while he's in attack mode and try and build a gap and close in on Buemi.
Let's watch Da Costa trying to get the fastest lap at this point as well as he closes the gap to Buemi.
Roland under big pressure from Felipe Massa still. There's Jean-Eric Verne, the race leader. 27 minutes plus a lap to go. Then it's Roland and Massa. Then it's a fairly lonely Verline. Then it's a big gap back to Sebastian Buemi in 5th place. It is 2.3 seconds. So this 2nd place squabble is the next one continuing as they come down towards the hairpin. Oh, lock up from Da Costa. He's pushing hard. We're on board with Massa. Home race for the Brazilian because he's lived in Monaco a long, long time.
And then on the grid, you could hear the people chanting his name. He's a popular little guy around about here. In most places.
I was gonna say.
The way he conducted himself in Formula One, absolutely well-deserved too.
Through Anthony Noakes, the final corner. And out onto the start-finish straight again, on which you're continually turning right.
You can see the shadows starting to appear as the sun gets a bit behind the buildings. Makes it quite difficult to constantly see your sort of braking points, your apex points, because your eyes are sort of reacting as quickly as they can to the different light levels. You see the car just locking the rears. You could see him correcting the steering wheel as soon as he touched the brake pedal.
Now Da Costa has caught Buemi and only has a minute to go.
Energy, Felipe.
29.73.
Massa giving his energy readings, but here's Da Costa. He's got 20 seconds left of attack mode to try and get past Sebastian Buemi in front of him. Da Costa's just set the fastest lap of the race on that last lap, but I don't think he's going to have any room to do it.
No, he's not. By the time he gets to the main straight, it's going to run out. But he caught Buemi in such a hurry. What he has to do now is try and keep that momentum and not get slowed down to Massa's pace, to Massa's rhythm of the way he's driving the track.
Yeah, he's right behind Sebastian Buemi in the Nissan as they come across the line. Interestingly enough, though, Sims and the rest of the pack relatively came with them, didn't they? With 25 minutes to go.
I think it just shows Buemi really is the stopper in the bottle. And he's watching his braking zones. He knows that if he watches the mirrors, going into 3, going into 1, it's going to be difficult for the cars behind to sort of get an advantage. As Peter Grassi, armed attack mode.
Yeah, De Grassi in 10th place at the moment in the final points paying position. Bird's having a good race. Sam Bird, who's up into 11th place now, past his teammate Robin Frines, has used a little more energy, but is up into that 11th spot. Look at that, great shot on the wall of La Rascasse. So, the winners of the fan boost, meanwhile, which gives the drivers an extra boost.
Switch off Lucy in attack mode.
There's Buemi. He wins the fan boost, as does Jose Maria Lopez, as does Daniel Abt. And then the two predictable ones, Antonio Felix da Costa and Stoffel van Dorn. Those two drivers have won it every race so far this season. Popular gentlemen, so they can use that fan boost to give them an extra burst of energy and power for a couple of seconds. We're on board with Lucas de Grassi now. Stoffel van Dorn, you saw just in front, activate his attack mode.
And that's a defensive play from Van Dorn. He just doesn't want to have to deal with de Grassi all over his back bumper with that extra 25 kilowatts of power. And ideally he's going to attack the car ahead, but it's proving so difficult. The gap's down to 1.2 seconds between Verne and Roland.
Yeah.
It was up at 2. Is Verne slowing down a little bit? 53.6, it's not his best lap.
I think it might have been an error in turn 1 on that last lap. He lost half a second, 4/10 of that was in sector 1, so perhaps Verne went in a little too hot into one of the corners on the previous tour. That's an aggressive move from Stoffel van Dorn to try and get around the outside there of Alex Lynn and up into 8th place. Doesn't quite work out. That could put him under pressure from behind, and Sam Bird looks to the inside. Lucas de Grassi's in there as well, and Bird's got past de Grassi then in all of that melee and up into 10th place. So Bird opportunistically now into the points.
And we saw Lynn in the middle of turn 3 hit the BMW in front to say, get out of the way, come on, because he could see the car coming around his outside. It is as close as that, but these guys are the cars are so equal, the drivers are so equal, they're trying to find that advantage. You can see the car sliding a little bit more at the last corner just as the rear tyres heat up and lose a little bit of grip. Oh, here comes the Virgin car.
Super late from Bird up the inside of Stoffel van Dorn, and that's 9th place now. Bird has these races, doesn't he, where he is just on a mission, and that is what he is doing now. Van Dorn is getting held up here. De Grassi is going to try and go around the outside. Is this going to be into the wall? No, he's done it. What a move from Lucas de Grassi. So Van Dorn, having had a good race in 9th place, now slips down to 11th and has used both of his attack modes. Here's a look.
And there's the shove from Lynn.
And that shove allowed Van Dorn to get around the outside because it just slowed Lynn down.
Yep. But there was nothing else Lynn could do.
Yeah.
Because he had to get going.
Jean-Eric Verne leads the race, only 1.1 seconds ahead of Oliver Rowland in second, and Felipe Massa in 3rd place in the Venturi is coming with him. Pascal Wehrlein, you feel, is closing back in. Indeed, he was the quickest of the top 5 on that last lap. Bird again! Bird again, this time scything up the inside of his former teammate Alex Lynn and up into 8th place. He wasn't even on attack mode, and there to the outside on attack mode goes Lucas de Grassi. Is this one going to work out for him as well?
Yes.
Lynn's going to push him. He's done it twice now, Lucas de Grassi. He likes that little move. Van Dorn tries to fight back as well. Meanwhile, in all of that, someone tried to activate their attack mode, and I don't think it worked. It may have been da Costa, but someone in front of that battle tried to use their attack mode and it didn't work. Well, the first 10 minutes you're going, oh, this is a bit of a procession. Now it's coming to life.
The drivers have figured out how to overtake. They've looked at, okay, one of them figured it out, and now they've started studying. You've got the outside in turn 3, and then you've got the Sam Bird lunge into turn 1. He's so good at him defending from Lucas de Grassi.
Thought de Grassi was going to try the Sam Bird lunge then for a moment, but opts against it. There are the drivers with fan boost on the left. They get a 5-second power boost to 250 kilowatts side by side. Van Dorn trying to get past Lynn and back him into 10th place. And he's in front.
Yeah.
And now Freins goes for Lynn, not into Tabak. Oh, into Tabak. Through he goes. Bold stuff from Robin Freins, and Lynn loses out as well to his teammate Mitch Evans.
Championship leader Robin Freins, but he's not at this point. He's not going to score any points in 11, so he's got to march forward.
You can count the moves into Tabak on one hand, can't you?
That's the first time I've seen
on
it.
Any fingers at all?
Yeah.
So across the line they come with less than 20 minutes plus a lap to go. Verne leads. The gap's down to 0.6 of a second up the front. It's down to 0.6 of a second. I think Lynn's race is over.
Yeah, a lot of damage right front.
Yeah.
He'll surely have to pit to replace that front wing. He's been told to carry on, but it's going to fall off at some point or get wedged under the car or some such.
The thing is, the team have told him to carry on, but the officials might have a different reading on that situation. But again, Alex Lynn's luck just deserts him. as we see Daniel Abt attack, arm attack mode, 16th place in the Audi.
Lotter has started at the back, made a good start. He got him into 17th. Oh, there she goes.
That's, you don't want that hitting any of the drivers on the head.
No, well,
although it's carbon fibre, it's still...
These Formula, and there's Maxi Gunter with the damage as well. Double wave, yeah. This could be a bit of a full course yellow, you know. Potentially a safety car, because it is right on the... Not right on the racing line, but as close as can be on the racing line.
Mortara's got a puncture, I think, or damage.
I think it's Maxi Gunter, but you're right, straight on. And it is Maxi Gunter.
He's got damage on the front and the back.
He's got damage everywhere, I think.
Yeah. He's probably run out of road and sideswiped.
Yep. Yep. Can you continue, Max?
Full course yellow coming. Full course yellow coming from Scott Elkins, race director. Everybody has to slow down to 50 kilometers per hour.
The drivers will press a button on the steering wheel that will limit the top speed to 50 kilometers an hour.
So there's damage everywhere, really, isn't there? So a little bit of a cleanup about to come.
What were those marks in the middle of the straight?
It was like somebody dropped out of a tree.
Very bizarre. There's like a burnout marks in the middle of the straight or something.
I wonder if there was some contact that
necessitated jumping on the brakes, maybe?
Yeah, lifted somebody's wheels off the ground or locked them up.
Well, the marshals very experienced in Monaco in clearing stuff up quick, and they appear to have done that almost immediately. Now, what's Maxi Gunter's car doing over here on the left-hand side? Is that still there, or is that gone? Looks to your left. That looks relatively clear as well, actually. So
this is race control. Full course yellow.
Here we go.
Ending in 5.
Roland
4,
right behind Verne for the lead of the race.
2, 1. Green flag. Green flag.
And we're racing again. Here's a replay, meanwhile, of what happened to Maxi Gunter. Looks as though the three of them came together.
Here we go. He pulled out to pass, and was he collected?
I don't really know what happened there.
Yeah.
But here's Verne leading the race as we go green flag racing again with 17 minutes plus a lap to go. Now, Jean-Eric Verne's engineer at the Techeetah team has got a problem with his computer. So he's just having to swap computers.
That's all. Okay.
And they've swapped computers in the garage, and so Verne's engineer's now got a new computer.
So he told Verne this, did he?
Yeah.
See, that would be information as a driver I really didn't need. I'd be like, you have to deal with it.
He's going to start reading the other guy's email.
Yeah.
Just, you know, get on with it.
Well, so if someone goes, Darry, I've got a problem with my computer, you go,
I don't
try
care.
turning it off and on again.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I can't fix it. It's not going to help me go any faster. So just deal with it. Oh, DaCosta using fan boost.
He's right behind Sebastian Buemi. They're coming into shot now on the right-hand side, side by side. Oh, I think they might have had contact there. Coming down into the first corner. They're still there. DaCosta almost gets put in the wall. That would have been a bit of a Larry moment indeed as they come down into the hairpin again. Oh, round the outside, slam, bam, and that's Degrassi out.
What happened there? It looked like Sims cut across. I don't know if Sims got hit.
Sims goes to activation zone.
Degrassi's car's in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, the race is over for
Left
Degrassi.
front suspension damage.
It was as if Degrassi went to the outside. Sims didn't know he was there and tried to, get a better line into the hairpin.
Yeah, that's what. Well, this is DaCosta and Buemi leans on him. Buemi's not a guy that's going to give up a corner. He did nothing wrong. He did absolutely nothing wrong. You see Sims getting a run. Yeah, that was absolutely fair.
So how's Degrassi got past Bird at this point as well? Like, I don't know how. Look, there's Sims, then there's Bird.
Looking at watch. Here we go.
Degrassi goes to the outside of Bird, and Sims has no idea.
No, exactly. Sims just thinks, I'll try the outside pass.
4 for the lead in the Monaco E-Prix here in ABB FIA Formula E. 15 minutes plus a lap to go. Verne is in front. He had built a gap up to 2 seconds, but now Oliver Rowland in the Nissan is right behind him. Felipe Massa in the Venturi is right behind him, and Pascal Wehrlein's there as well. There's Degrassi pulled off at the side of the track, so that won't cause a full course yellow. Here we go.
What is going on with Verne? Is there... lovely to know, but is there an issue? Jerome D'Ambrosio in 16th, arms attack mode, but to see Verne under this kind of pressure. Now, Roland has got... If he's going to make the move, he's got to be very decisive about it and make it count. You can't do half moves because that's the kind of stuff that gets you into trouble.
The top 4 all have 1 attack mode remaining as well. And that is going to be tactically used. Here they come, down the avenue JFK. Roland has a little look.
Roland, as a rookie this year, has not been afraid to rough people up, shall we say. So he's an aggressive character, and he's taken to Formula E like a duck to water.
4 for the lead. Fantastic stuff.
As they run right now, Jean-Eric Verne takes the lead in the Drivers' Championship. But it's very close.
Here they come around La Rascasse. There's the usable energy remaining on the left-hand side. Roland also has slightly more than Jean-Eric Verne as well. You wonder whether... Well, no, because they were always similar on usable energy throughout the whole race. I was just going to hypothesize that maybe they tried to sprint away, hoping there'd be a full course yellow, and that allowed the Nissan to close back in, but they all had fairly similar usable energy levels. Onto the brakes, into the harbour hairpin.
You can see Oliver Rowland just backing it up a little bit. It's almost like he's just giving himself a bit more margin for error, and I'm sure he'll just regroup and then re-attack Jean-Eric Verne for the lead of the race.
Verne, Rowland, Massa, Wehrlein.
Jean-Eric said in an interview with us before the start of the race that he felt the pressure was on the other people to pass. I wonder if he's still feeling the same way, because the slightest mistake and he's in trouble.
1% more energy than Massa, 1% more energy than Verne, similar energy to Rowland.
So that is, you're better than two of the guys in front, you're the same as the other one. So this is looking good for us at the moment. Pascal, that's Cyril Blaise, his race engineer, talking to him on the radio. Buemi's whole 5th place, holding everyone up, he's still miles back from everyone, but he's not under quite as much
Now he's used attack mode again, hasn't he? So he's used the second attack mode.
Correct.
And trying to close that 7-second gap to Pascal Wehrlein, that man in the orange and black Mahindra.
Actually, I say there's no queue behind him. There's a massive queue behind him. Next time you see it, honestly, I'll look like an idiot.
I don't want you doing the traffic reports, Jack.
Yeah, they don't let me do that on the radio.
It's a great sort of representation and right of where the big gaps in the field are. And they're not behind Buemi.
And of the top 10 men of the championship, the only 3 who are in the top 10 points-paying positions are Verne on the lead, DaCosta in 6th, and Bird in 7th.
Fox 5 Delta.
Check that, Evans in 10th.
Wehrlein giving an energy reading. There come the 4. Verne ahead of Rowland in 2nd place. Pascal Wehrlein in 4th with Felipe Massa in the middle of them.
7.7.
Keep an eye to the right-hand side here. Oh, Buemi's not under too much pressure. Someone was going side by side.
Someone is.
Yeah. Someone's about to get very tight coming down into the harbour hairpin. 11 minutes, 40 seconds plus a lap to go. Sam Bird it probably was, because he's the last man to be in attack mode. Actually, Evans is past Van Dorn now. Van Dorn's using his and Van Dorn fights back using his fan boost. So he's back up into 9th place. Seeing that unfold on the tower on the left-hand side. You see, while we focus on these 4 of the lead, and this meanwhile is further back in the pack.
So these guys, at what point do they become really aggressive? I think it's a different story for the guys at the front. Rowland obviously is going to attack for the lead. Massa, Wehrlein, they're probably a bit calmer. This group, they're just going to throw it all at it, aren't they?
Well, I have to say, Sam Bird, he started 14th on the grid, and he's up into 6th place through lots of overtakes. There you can see he's made up 8 places.
In a track you cannot really pass.
Exactly. The only other driver to make up that many, or in close, is Lotterer with 6, but that includes Gunther, Mortara, De Grassi and Turvey, who we saw a moment ago, all retiring from the E-Prix. So Bird is, I'm not going to say absolutely flying, because that's just a bit cringe, but he's doing a really good job. There's the race leader, Jean-Eric Verne, Rowland, Massa, Wehrlein.
Verne's just starting to stretch out again. Just getting it's like he's figured out whatever was wrong, or if he was in energy trouble, he felt, and he's just starting to pull away that little bit. And if you're Rowland, it's the last thing you want to see.
Here's a look at Sam Bird. What's he been up to now? Oh, DaCosta. There we go.
But the way Sam Bird made that pass, he didn't leave Bird any choice to stay around. DaCosta any choice to go around the outside. He just down the inside, got 3/4 of the way past.
Textbook, you'd say.
That was absolutely, that was fantastic. But we've seen Sam Bird do it so many times.
Top 4 starting to spread out a touch with 10 minutes plus a lap to go. They're still all within 2 seconds of each other, but just not quite as nose to tail as it was previous.
Now, in this area of the track, this is where those rear tyres, those tortured rear tyres, are going to start to make it more and more difficult to put the power down, to turn and put the power down. The tyre doesn't want to do 2 things at once, and makes it very difficult. And the tyre they're running is a wet and dry tyre at the same time. Each car gets 2 sets of tyres for the whole event.
Now, no one, as of yet, has been able to get past Sebastian Buemi. He started 5th, he's still 5th. There's a look. Through goes Mitch Evans, and that is him into 9th place now past Stoffel van Dorn.
That's a tiny pass.
It was. No one's been able to get past Buemi, but now it's Bird's turn. There's a look up the inside, and that is Robin Freitz, I think. It's all getting difficult to see as the light goes down. I think it was Freitz going past Van Dorn. Yes, it was. So Freitz up into 10th position. There's a look appears to be my new thing when someone's doing an overtake. I've said it every time, I think, this race. Anyway.
What else are you going to say?
Yeah, well, it's true.
You know, there's no trades descriptions act. You're saying what's actually happening. So the HWA is still running around. Actually, sorry, it's Lynn. He's missing the Jaguar, missing still missing the right front of the wing.
Still going though in 13th place. Alex Lynn.
And there's the HWA missing the same part, so there was two. I thought I was seeing things for a second. And both cars are almost identical colour schemes.
Verne leading there in the black and gold Techeetah. Oliver Rowland in 2nd in the silver Nissan. The equally silver Venturi is behind in 3rd place of Felipe Massa, who's starting to look the raciest of the 3 out of the 4, actually. Really closing in a little now.
Still got
Oliver
one,
Rowland.
and he's got one attack mode left to activate with 8 minutes plus a lap to go.
All of the top 4 have that remaining. Pascal Wehrlein is good on energy compared to the rest of the 4 around him as well. Here they come across the line once more to complete 41 laps of racing. Daniel Abt is under investigation for causing a collision. I can't really be specific as to what that one was because everyone's had a collision.
Rowland just kind of left the door open a little bit, and Massa thought about it, and then you see the gap between 4th and 5th place at 10 seconds. Wehrlein is 8 seconds behind Buemi, 10 seconds behind the leader.
Notice Lauderer has yet to use attack mode. There must be something going on with that car.
Because we saw him try to use it a
couple of times.
Yeah.
And an incident in fact, Abt and Turvey's under investigation. So Abt under investigation for causing a collision. Turvey out of the race.
I wonder if the two are connected.
Oh, potentially.
Yeah.
Don't think you need to be a super sleuth to figure that one out. No offence.
No, none taken.
6.5 minutes plus
This
a lap to go.
Alpha Sierra Romeo.
So they have a phonetic, they don't have a French phonetic language, because he's saying 3 in French, but then he's saying,
I can't even speak French, never mind the phonetic version of
no,
French.
but then he's using English phonetic language. I don't know. Interesting. 6 minutes to go, plus 1 lap.
When does desperation kick in? Let's see what Mitch Evans is up to.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was lovely, wasn't it? Well done, Mitch Evans.
How he's managed to get the inside line there, I do not know.
And got the car rotated, off he goes. Up to P8. Oh, DaCosta looking to the outside of Bird.
Freitz looking to the outside of Sims. Freitz is in attack mode. Bird is 2 seconds away from Buemi, so that hasn't worked out as we would have thought. There's Buemi disappearing.
But do we think Buemi, he tried to pass him and lost some time? I don't know.
Rowland's gone attack. Rowland's gone attack mode then for his final time.
This is it. If you're Oliver Rowland, you've got to make hay while the sun shines. You've got to attack when you've got that extra 25 kilowatts of power.
Surprised he's gone first out of all of them?
He must just be thinking, right, I'm going to have you.
Yeah.
It's just that, it's just determination, right, I'm going. Yellow flag.
Debris.
Another front wing sort of wheel cover.
Coming down into the first corner.
And what car is that from? None of the front 4. The problem for Rowland is they've taken the yellow flags. That's one of the best overtaking manoeuvres. As we see now, Massa's gone to attack mode as well. And Verne.
Yeah.
So only Wehrlein left. Wehrlein all over the back of Massa as they approach turns 8 and 9.
4.5 minutes to go.
Ab's gone for attack mode as well.
And look, Roland is right behind Jean-Eric Verne. Okay, Verne has attack mode now too, and we'll have it for longer, so it's pretty much now or never with 4.5 minutes to go. Verlaine is going to be the last driver to have the attack mode activated.
And he was really pressuring Felipe Massa through the slower parts of the track. Look, again, very impressive, the pace that Verlaine has got, and he'll be trying everything to come to terms and to get past Felipe Massa and get onto the podium here in Monaco.
Yeah, this lap copy, yeah.
Oh, here we go, he's going for attack mode.
1 minute.
Look for the orange Mahindra over to the left of the track.
So we'll have 1 lap of 2-2.
Okay, all 4 of the leaders are in attack mode.
So Verlaine will effectively have an extra lap of attack mode compared to everyone else. 3.5 minutes plus 1 lap to go.
Sam Bird is continuing to drop back from Sebastian Buemi.
How many laps to go?
5 laps. 5 laps.
Just a little bit too far back. Pascal Verlaine not even attempting to look. Just using the preferred racing line. He clipped the curb and he couldn't get back to the throttle, so he's lost a little bit of time. Oh, we've got a collision. Robin Freins.
Oliver, Alexander
big damage.
Sims. Yep, Freins is out. Oh, that's going to be
leader.
That's going to be safety car. Here's a look at what happened coming down into Sander Vogt. He's gone to the inside. Oh, have they hit before?
Yeah, almost looks like they hit before, yeah. And Sims goes round. Yeah, I think we need to see that from earlier if we can. It's easy to ask for it, but difficult to show. That's big damage for Freins.
So here they come, 2.5 minutes plus a lap to go. Surely there's going to be yellow flags down at the first corner. Indeed there are, double waved yellows, and Freins has got to stay in the car. Well, they're going to try and do
Going to lift it in the crane.
Try and do a live snatch down there.
I hope he's not scared of heights.
Yeah. Or other racing cars.
There is that too. Think of the marshals, they're standing out in the circuit.
Exactly. 2 minutes plus a lap to go. They are pretty swift here in Monaco. They have all the cranes and all that kind of stuff.
I really do think the track marshals here are among the best in the world.
I absolutely agree. I'm surprised they haven't gone full course, but again, if they do it now, the race will end under the yellow.
Track clear. Track clear already.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable stuff.
Oh, Verlaine, he's setting up. He knows the track's clear. Can he make it stick into one? Too far back.
Close as
it's not clear.
Oh, it's not clear.
I mean, it's really not clear. There's a marshal right in the middle.
Yeah, the sign said, the timing screen says track clear at turn 1. There's no car there, but here we go. Pascal Verlaine now on the mission to try and get a podium. And Roland is a little too far back, and now Verne is in attack mode, and Roland is not, but Massa in 3rd is, and Verlaine in 4th, and Verlaine keeps asking on the radio, how many laps to go? I've got to know. Fascinating final, 3 laps coming up?
Let's see, will it be 2 or will it be 3 laps? How much longer? Is Jean-Eric Verne going to slow it down to avoid doing 1 extra lap? 53 seconds a lap.
Roland's got 2% more usable energy than Verne. So has he just been saving all this time to launch a closing attack?
2 laps. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go then. The penultimate lap of the Monaco E-Prix of 2019 being started by Vernon. Roland was super late on the brakes into Sander Vogt. 4 for the lead with 2 laps to go. And here's the look. Roland tried to get him to the outside, but he couldn't do it. Verlaine tries to go to the outside of Massa, but he couldn't do it.
Verlaine's still got the 30 seconds of attack mode. He's got to make it count, Jack.
Verlaine's just been told that Massa has run out of energy, which is absolutely true, and now Verlaine knows it, and he's got 20 seconds to try and get this job done to get up into the podium places. The clock ticks down to 0. Verlaine tries Le Rascasse.
Oh, I thought he was going to do the switch back.
Here we come down into Sander Vogt. This is the final lap of the race. Verne leading, but he is only a matter of 0.3 of a second ahead. Verlaine to the outside. Can't do it.
He's hit him again. That's 2 laps in a row. He's just giving him a little
Roland's so close. Coming down into turn 3 for the lead of the race. But Verne just covering the inside.
That was contact between third and fourth, that noise you heard.
Surely that's it now for Jean-Eric Verne. There's no more overtaking opportunities. Evans has got him into 6th place past Sam Bird. A couple more corners.
Massa's only got 1% left, Jack.
Massa's on 1% of usable energy. You're right, Dario. Massa might not make it to the end of the E-Prix. Verne's on 1% as well. Towards the final corner they come. Crunching into the back. Verline goes for it. He can't do it. Verne comes out of the final corner. The streak is over. Verne wins for the 2nd time this season in Formula E. Second across the line is Roland Massa. He's at 0% now. I didn't see whether he got across the line in time or not. Verline is going to come across the line in 4th. Who is 5th? It must be Sebastian Buemi. Yes, it is. And then it's Da Costa 6th. Just ahead of Evans in 7th. Daniel Abt in 8th. Verline's got the fastest lap. And the point for that, Bird!
Oh.
The race of the season for Sam Bird. And he's got no right rear. Oh, no tyre on it at all, Sam Bird.
I wonder if somebody's hit him in the back as he had happened in Hong Kong.
Well, the man who looked to have climbed from 14th up to 6th is not going to make the end of the race.
His bad luck continues.
He's been hit from the back, he says on the radio, and given a puncture. But Jean-Eric Verne, it is, Dario, who is the race winner. A 2nd win of the season for him.
Shall we talk to him?
Let's see.
Let's have a chat.
Let's
see if he recognises us this week, or me this week, shall we say. Jean-Eric, congratulations. You're a winner in Monaco. It's Dario, by the way, in the booth.
Now I recognise your voice, mate. Woo! Yeah, we just won Monaco. That's pretty nice. Never won that one before, so yeah, that's the first one. So happy for the boys. Difficult season, a lot of up and down, but you know, this kind of wins makes everything worth it.
You drove a fantastic race, under pressure the whole way. You deserve it. Well done. Enjoy the party tonight.
Thank you.
Now, for those who don't understand what we're talking about, it is previous victory this season at Sanya. Dario tried to congratulate Jean-Eric Verne over the radio, and his first comment was, "Who is this?"
Yeah, see, look, Bird's already got the puncture.
Yeah.
There must have been some shenanigans with the BMWs up into 3, I reckon, yeah.
Agreed, Jack.
So that's the end of the incident, but where the puncture happened,
Yeah.
Evans went for it coming into Raskas on Da Costa.
And Alex Lynn finished P10. Got a point.
Verne now makes his way down to the start line. And yeah, Lotterer up into 9th place.
This is a great podium. I mean, if this is not iconic, I don't know what is. The podium in Monaco.
First 10 laps or so, I was thinking, not 10 laps, yeah, probably 10 laps.
Yeah, about that.
Okay, this isn't going to be a great one.
Finally, it's happened.
But we had a really, really good race, and there was no crazy safety cars, none of this. It was just a good motor race that Jean-Eric Verne has won on the streets of Monaco. A 2nd winner for the first time this season. And that, Bob, really puts him into championship contention.
Oh, absolutely, it does. He said before the race that his #1 race to win is his home race in Paris. He said, if I can't have that, I will take Monaco.
Oliver Rowland drove a great race. 2nd podium, very mature, didn't do anything silly.
Absolutely. And I'm still wondering why Pascal Wehrlein just doesn't seem to have an inside pass in his arsenal. He kept trying the outside, and Massa was able to hold him off to the end.
Yeah, but Massa didn't open the door either to give him the opportunity.
That's true.
Now, yeah, so Felipe Massa. There's Verne and Roland having a laugh about the win. Massa on the podium. It looks as though he did manage to get across the line with just enough energy left, and that'll be fantastic for Susie Wolf and the whole Venturi team. Gildo Pastor and everyone will be delighted to see the home team, the only race team from Monaco, on the podium in Monaco for the first time. First time a Venturi have ever been on a podium in Monaco? I can't think why they
No.
did before. But yeah, there we see Prince Albert and Alejandro Agag on the right-hand side there, ready for the podium presentations to begin. And what an entertaining race that was. I really enjoyed that, Bob.
That really was. I mean, for a lights to flag victory like that,
Yeah.
you'd think ho-hum, but that really was exciting stuff.
We had overtakes, and there's arguments about whether Formula E should have more energy saving, etc. But we saw proper overtakes out there, proper last-minute overtakes, brave overtakes, risky overtakes, and for the most part, clean overtakes. We had Robin Freins and wiping himself out with Alexander Sims. We're not quite sure how that happened, but apart from that, Turvey got hit out and De Grassi as well. But that's kind of it, really. It wasn't, too much of a destruction derby either. Really enjoyed that.
Good points, Dave, for Nissan Edams. They still haven't got a victory, but with 2 cars in the top 5, that'll help them in the championship. Looks like His Serene Highness Prince Albert also enjoyed the race.
Ghost Racing is now available in Formula E, and the winner of the virtually live Ghost Racing in Monaco is FX Bix. And you can download the virtually live Ghost Racing app now and race real time against the drivers. So congratulations to FX Bix for taking the victory there. But bigger congratulations to Jean-Eric Verne for taking the win, 0.2 of a second in the end in front of Roland. Roland drove it well, didn't he? Because it looked as though he was in trouble with the energy. I'm sorry, with running out of attack mode, but he kept his energy.
Looks like Jean-Eric Verne needs to be told where to stand. Well, when you think about Mexico earlier this year, where the Nissan Edams guys kind of blotted their copybook by getting their sums wrong when it came to maintaining their energy, I think they were perhaps a little bit conservative. I thought Ollie Rowland might have had something for Verne at the end. I thought he was just waiting, but Verne was just too strong.
Felipe Massa on the podium at his and Venturi's home race. It's second for Oliver Rowland, but it's the top step of the podium for the Frenchman in Monaco, Jean-Eric Verne. A superb drive. Xavier Mestelan on the left-hand side there, the boss of the DS Automobiles racing operation. And there is Prince Albert II of Monaco. His Royal Highness handing over the trophy to Jean-Eric Verne. The team delighted.
Fast lap point goes to Pascal Wehrlein, but that'll be kind of cold comfort after he was unable to get by Felipe Massa there at the line.
Ivan Yim and Edmund Chu, you saw there celebrating for the DS Tagita team, the president and the MD. Pierre Casaraghi handing over the trophy to Oliver Rowland.
Nephew of Prince Albert.
Good drive from Rowland. His second podium, his second place. That win still a little bit elusive. And then Alejandro Agag, the founder and CEO and chairman, I should say, sorry, of Formula E, hands over the third place trophy for Felipe Massa, his first podium in Formula E, his best results in Formula E, and a very strong drive as well. Had to fight hard at the end to keep that third place, but now it's the Frenchman on the top step of the podium in Monaco. Jean-Eric Verne victorious. You can hear the chants of Massa. Hugely popular driver. And Massa gets a congratulations from Maître Michel Bory, the president, the president of the Automobile Club de Monaco.
Monsieur Bory has been at this for a very long time.
A great race, the Frenchman victorious. Victory for Jean-Eric Vergne, the Frenchman, and the Chinese team, DS Techeetah, in Monaco after a superb race on the streets of the Principality for Formula E. What a race it has been. So that victory moves Jean-Eric Vergne to the top of the championship. 5 points clear now of his DS Techeetah teammate, Andre Lotterer, who's on 82, and then Robin Freins in third on 81. Then Da Costa just a couple of points behind that. So the top four separated by 9 points in the championship. And Vergne will look towards the championship with only 4 rounds to go. Berlin in 2 weeks' time, then Bern in June, then New York at the end of July. But for now, he will spray the Moet on the top step of the podium as he takes victory on the streets of Monaco for the first time. He loves winning the historic races, does Jean-Eric Vergne, and the reigning champion is back at the top.
Suddenly all seems right with the world.
Yeah.
But we've got a long way to go. 4 more races, including the season finale doubleheader in Brooklyn, New York. This one is a long way from over. And I agree with what Dario said earlier in the broadcast. It's going to go right down to the last laps of the last race.
I need to do some research into what's the biggest championship lead that anyone has had at any point this season. I think it might still be 7 from the, no, because he got pole as well, didn't he, Da Costa in the first race. So he would have had a 10-point lead at the end of race 1. I think that will be it.
We didn't have Super Pole, but he did have the pole position based on mass qualifying. Jean-Eric Vergne is rushing over. We'll hear from him shortly, as well as Ollie Roman and Felipe Massa.
He's broken through the Marshall's ranks.
First, there's got to be mayhem.
Sprays the team, and he's over the moon with that one. Suddenly, DS Techeetah find themselves first and second in the Drivers' Championship, and I haven't done the maths, but presumably that can only mean that they're leading the Teams' Championship as well. Don't need to be a great mathematician to work that one out. Hugs all around for his mechanics, for his engineers, for Edmund Chu, for Ivan Lim, for Mark Preston.
Felipe, wife Anna.
Give me a hug.
Not going to be long before Felipe Massa's kids are going to be bigger than Felipe, which tends to happen between parents and children. A look at the provisional results here in round 9 of ABB Formula E. Jean-Eric Vergne breaks the string with his 2nd victory of the season. Oliver Rowland, best performance for him in the series, in 2nd place. And Felipe Massa makes the podium for the home team. He'll be a very popular 3rd place finisher. Pascal Wehrlein tried right to the end and picks up the bonus point for fast lap, followed by Sebastian Buemi, Antonio Felix da Costa, Mitch Evans, who had a great run from deep in the field at the start, Daniel Abt, Andre Lotterer, and Alexander Lynn. Here's a look at 11th through 22nd. Stoffel Vandoorne, Jose Maria Lopez, Jerome D'Ambrosio. Down at the bottom, Oliver Turvey, Lucas Di Grassi, Eduardo Mortara, and Maxi Gunther not classified for not having completed 90% of the race winner's distance. Sam Bird, who was in the points and in contention for a top 5, I would argue, finds himself down in 17th place. Here's a look at the Drivers' Championship with 4 rounds to go. Jean-Eric Vergne by 5 points over Andre Lotterer, who has a 1-point advantage over Robin Freins, who came in as the championship leader. Then Antonio Felix da Costa, Lucas Di Grassi. I mean, just look at those point spreads. I mean, anybody could be in Jean-Eric Vergne's place sometime in the next 4 races. you're going to want to be with us all the way to Brooklyn. And in the team's championship, as Jack pointed out, pretty easy. Diaz Tejeda with a great day, the race win, and the pole. So they now have a whopping 34-point lead over Envision Virgin. But it's tight between Virgin and Audi Sport. Just 2 points there. Mahindra Racing, BMW I Andretti Motorsport dropped down from 4th to 6th. But again, we have a long way to go. Let's join Georgie Barrett.
Jean-Eric Byrne, massive congratulations. Our first double win of the season, and also what a venue to win it in.
Yeah, it was amazing. Obviously, I really wanted to win Paris, but it wasn't pretty bad for me, Paris, my home race, but you know, it's kind of in France and here, and yeah, it feels amazing. I never had a podium in Monaco. I raced here a lot. I love this place. I love the city, and yeah, to win here today means a lot to me. It's, you know, an incredible feeling.
Very, very well deserved. We have gone 7 consecutive races without a winner from pole position, but you held on to the lead the whole race. Did you always feel in control?
Yeah, no, I was in control. I think, you know, in Formula E it doesn't make much sense to make a big gap, so I just had a good enough gap, so I knew nobody could come and pass me, and at the end, yeah, it was just a question of saving the place and not risking anything in the last lap. So yeah, it was a really good race.
And you're now leading the championship. Massive congratulations. Are you looking forward to Berlin?
Oh yeah? I don't know.
You are, I can tell you. Confirm.
Well, no, that's a good thing. So yeah, going into Berlin in a good position, and you know, I've shown this championship is really up and down, and I think the winner of the championship will be decided in the very last race. So yeah.
Enjoy celebrations tonight, Jeff. Thank you. Oliver Rowland, congratulations. 2nd place. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, very pleased. You know, we got pole, we got a 3-place grid penalty, and then we came back to 2nd. So, you know, we have to be very happy. The team have done a really, really great job. And actually, yeah, it's my first real good race. You know, I've struggled a lot in the races, just been a rookie, managing the energy and, you know, understanding the races. But I'm really happy with today because I finished with a lot left in the tank, which is a real positive for me.
Oliver Rowland, thank you very much. Enjoy celebrations tonight.
Thank you very much.
Oh, hang on, Massa, you're back in. Felipe Massa, how's it going? Congratulations. 3rd in Monaco.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, you know. So the race was just unbelievable. Here, home Grand Prix for the team. It's just a great feeling to get the podium, you know, for the first time. Actually at home, which is just even better. Hopefully now we'll be always fighting for the podium all the time.
And a home for Venturi team as well. They must be delighted.
Yeah, so delighted to see Gildo even crying now after the podium. My son here, you know, enjoying.
Yay!
So that is just to give me extra happiness, you know, and motivation to keep pushing, keep doing what I love to do, which is racing, especially in front of all of you guys. Thank you very much. I love Monaco. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy celebrations.
All right, we are here with a very happy camp, a very happy man, Mark Preston. Congratulations, team boss, team principal of the Techeetah team. Celebrations ahoy. So I would imagine right now, yes, you're celebrating mentally, but you're also thinking, how am I going to get rid of my hangover tomorrow? Because that was some performance.
Yes, it's quite a place to have a party, isn't it, here in Monaco? So yeah, it's a pretty amazing day. I mean, it couldn't be any better, could it? Now we're leading both championships.
Mark, you didn't swear. Well done, he didn't swear.
Yeah. Oh,
he almost did there.
He's got to his head straight away. I think this is going to be a memorable moment for myself because my microphone absolutely stinks of champagne now.
Don't drink it.
Yeah, so great celebration. Yes. Obviously, like you said, you are top of the team championship. Both your drivers are doing exceptionally well, top and 2nd. How do you kick on? Can you really grab this championship now?
Well, I think I think we're now starting to get in a bit of a roll. The biggest problem is, of course, still the qualifying, which meant that obviously Jeff was up the front and Andre was down the back. But when you have that happen, it looks like now, you know, the driver who's down the back just has to get some points that he can, and the other one that's the other way around has to try and win the race. So that seems to be what it's about now.
So the championship is incredibly close. And Jean-Eric particularly, an emotional driver, how do you keep both guys on an even keel with the ebbs and flows of this championship week to week, winning one week, you know, DNFs the next, all that kind of stuff?
I think it makes it easier when you know that it's going to be like that. So when you know that you come here and you're going to be in Group 1 and you may or may not get yourself up into Superpole, and if you're in Group 2, you've got to make it pay. And when you get that chance, you make it pay. That's what Jev did. Andre, okay, he knew where he was and he knew what he had to do. So I think it's probably a bit easier when you know what you've got to do.
Set your expectations, basically.
Yeah, I think so. And now we've proved that.
Now, I'm going to ask you a very big question. Okay, you've got a driver at the top and a driver second. I'm going to mention it because it's the obvious question that you're going to get asked for the next 2 weeks before we enter Berlin.
Next 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Team orders. Is there such a thing in this team?
Gosh, we haven't had to think about that for a while, have we? Since we were obviously had our incident in Santiago where we caused lots of interest. I think we'll just have to play it out and see how it goes. This up and down nature of the championship, I'm not sure exactly who's going to be in the end. I think they're both just got to try and win and get as many points, and we'll have to see how it goes at the end.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because Jev's won twice now, our first multiple winner this season, and Andre's been consistent, but yet they're both first and second in the championship.
It's incredible. You look at Andre's performance, though, and he's just been there. I mean, to start right almost at the back today, and he just one at a time. Patience. I mean, he's a world endurance champion, multiple Le Mans winner. He's a smart boy. He's got the grey hair to prove it too.
He also had a lot of problems during the race. He was obviously had a bit of issue with the attack mode, so we were frantically going around in the background figuring out how to get that to work. So he didn't get to use that completely properly, although he used it.
And how did you fix that, or was it top secret?
Well, we had to talk to the FIA, and we went through the procedures with them. So most of the race, his side of the garage was going through the procedures with the FIA to figure out what to do. So they got it in the end, and everyone was happy.
So even more impressive.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the car. Is it perfect?
I don't think a driver.
Look at him laughing.
There's no such thing as a perfect
I know that,
car.
well, it's consistent though. It's perfectly consistent and it's performing well. Is there much more that you can do with it?
Make it go faster, as always. Figure out how to, when you're in Group 1, I think that's the trick now. Yeah. See if you can get yourself into Superpole. That's got to be the thing to do. I don't know if that's possible.
Is that something under your control, though? Because everyone's talking about the degradation of the track and, you know...
I mean, some people have done it, haven't they, up until I think Antonio might have done it a few times, and so it's possible. So we've probably got to focus on that. If you're the driver in Group 1, you've got to figure out, how do I get myself further up the grid?
The challenges just keep on coming in Formula E.
Nah, every day. It's like, tomorrow, what time will you switch over now and think, you're on the podium having a good time, what time do you switch over and think, okay, Berlin?
Probably, yeah, pretty soon. After the debrief, when we figure out what we didn't do right as well. So we'll do a debrief afterwards, and then after that, we're back into the mode of the next race.
Make sure you change your shirt, though, Mark. Okay, because champagne, after a while, woo! It does honk.
It does a bit.
Yeah, it's not good. Listen, we're going to let you go off. We're going to let you celebrate, and hopefully you'll get to taste some of this champagne instead of showering in it. So congratulations again, a fantastic team performance. Awesome stuff. Off you go, Mark. We'll leave you to it, and we'll try and dissect everything. Great team performance from Techeetah.
Really incredible. But it's that attitude, and all the teams down the pit lane have the same thing. It's like, right, yeah, it was all right, we won, it was good, but we can do this better, we can do this better, we can do this better. And the problem is, if you stand still in motorsport, you go backwards.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
That's a really
because
good
all
point.
these other people, they didn't win today. They're even more upset, and they're thinking, how am I going to make that next step? And it's
so you're saying there's the worry of complacency if a team is successful.
Not if you've got the right people in it. If you've got the right people in your team, they will never, ever get complacent, but it is a danger.
And he's been there before, Mark Preston, hasn't he? You know, he's done it so many times. And I think the relationship between Jev and Andre Lotterer is solid. And having him as team principal, as team boss, the success must just keep on coming.
Oh, absolutely. But we're forgetting one person. They've got Pedro de la Rosa in there as a sort of a performance director, and he's really making sure the drivers are working together in a positive way and not in a negative way, and keeping the team from that sort of sporting side on the right track. And his role cannot be
just quickly tell me what that means. What does he do?
He makes sure the drivers are working well together. He makes sure that the engineers and everybody's working in the same direction. He's looking from standing back with a driver's mind. But how do we improve it? Kind of the job I do in IndyCar with Ganassi, but it's a really rewarding job for an old driver to do and to figure out how to make a team better still.
All right, we could literally carry on dissecting this performance as always with Formula E. But let's go back to Jack and Bob.
Thank you very much, Vernon, and it's worth pointing out that is the job Dario does in IndyCar, and the weekend he misses the race, they locked out the front row, so how's that gone?
Spectacular job. And you heard Mark Preston refer to Santiago. That was last year when what is now DS Techeetah and those two drivers, Jean-Eric Verne and Andre Lotterer, finished 1-2 as teammates for the first time in series history. Here's a look at the championship once again. 5 points from Jean-Eric Vergne to his teammate. And that may be an historic picture right there all by itself. Then Robin Freintz hanging on for Envision Virgin, Antonio Felix da Costa, Lucas di Grassi, Mitch Evans, and so on, down to 11th place. Broad representation of most of the teams in ABB FIA Formula E. Here's a look at 12th through 22nd in the championship. Pascal Wehrlein with 51 points. Then Sebastian Buemi, Felipe Massa, Stoffel Van Dorn, Alexander Sims, and Maxi Günther. A lot of these drivers got knocked around today, but there are still 4 races to go.
Alex Lim picks up his first point with that 10th place finish. So now it is still only Tom Dillman who has yet to pick up any points. And also interesting now that Oliver Rowland is ahead of Sebastian Buemi in the 2 Nissan drivers. There's the teams meanwhile. DS Techeetah pulling away, but when we turn up in 2 weeks' time in Berlin, both of their cars will be in the first part of qualifying. So who knows what's going to happen. So that's the teams championship. Let's go down and find out where Georgie is.
Okay, Pascal Wehrlein started P2, ended in 4th position. How do you feel? Are you happy with that?
No, not really happy. I'm disappointed about myself. I did a mistake which cost me 2 positions and the podium. We were fastest in the race. I had the fastest lap, so we got an additional point. But yeah, I would have liked to be on the podium, and due to my mistake, I'm not so
And we saw that you had that 2% extra battery at the end of the race. You were really pushing for it.
Yeah, I wanted to attack in the last few laps, which I did, but it's impossible to overtake here. You know, I tried to save a lot of energy, so. But yeah, I couldn't do the move. I tried on the outside, but it's impossible to overtake there. So yes, next time I need to avoid mistakes, and then we'll be better.
Well, P4 isn't too bad, and good luck in Berlin. Look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, Pascal.
Thank you.
Well, that was Pascal Wehrlein, obviously disappointed by that one simple mistake, that one small mistake that cost him a couple of positions very early in the race, and he simply could not get them back. Dario Franchitti says it time after time. It's all the little things that can come back to bite you. We also talked a little bit earlier about where the turning point of this season might come. I think based on what we saw today, this race might be it. Let's check the highlights of the Monaco E-Prix.
Pogito waving to the crowd as Pogito got ready to take the start in the Monaco E-Prix. Jean-Eric Vergne was the man starting from pole position. Oliver Rowland would be alongside him on 3rd place on the grid. Pascal Wehrlein in 2nd. When the race got underway, Wehrlein came across, held on to 2nd position, and it was all fairly neat and tidy into the 1st corner. Not the chaos that we've seen in previous years. Andre Lotterer made a good start. This was the view on board from Jean-Eric Vergne. Got away well and just basically held the inside line and was able to cover off any attack from behind. Look at it again from above. Few drivers going to the outside into the 1st corner. Lucas di Grassi there tried to go around the outside of 2 cars, but in the end it was Robin Freintz who came out on top. So the top 6 or 7 places remained as they were. But this was one of the key moments for Pascal Wehrlein. A lock-up coming into Saint-Devote all by himself cost him 2 places. He went straight on, allowing Rowland into 2nd, and eventually Felipe Massa up into 3rd place, as Jean-Eric Vergne pulled a huge lead over the drivers behind. But that lead would not stay for long. Eventually the gap came back down, while in the midfield there was some fantastic fighting. Alex Lin getting a nudge there. He'd be in battles throughout the race on his way to 10th position. Here was another one, nudge into the back of Van Dorn in the HWA, went around the outside of him. That caused damage to Lin's car, but he was able to continue. Eventually it popped off coming into the swimming pool, and that brought out the only full course yellow of the race. Oh, it was nudged actually by Jerome D'Ambrosio. This was Degrassi going around the outside of Sam Bird, and then I think actually Sims was taking evasive action to not go into the back of Da Costa in front of him. And that's what put Degrassi in the wall and ultimately put Degrassi out of the race. The tough season for the Brazilian continues. Jean-Eric Verne still had a decent lead, but Roland and Massa and Wehrlein were coming. And before too long, the four were right together on the circuit. But time was running out. There were not going to be many more opportunities for overtaking. Verne certainly hoped there wouldn't be too many at all. Van Dorn was fighting with Mitch Evans, who was trying to climb up the order. Sam Bird was dive-bombing Da Costa, making some great moves, initially climbing from 14th all the way up the field. Running as high as 6th at one point, Sam Bird. But then Robin Freins, his teammate, ended up in the barriers. Contact with Alex Sims. Sims was spinning around. Freins was out of the race. That meant there was a yellow flag at turn 1 for the final couple of laps. Jerome D'Ambrosio, sent it in, and then Paffett went into the back of Sims. But there were nerves in the DS Techeetah garage, because on the final lap, the four cars were right together, but with one corner to go, there was nothing that could stop Jean-Eric Verne and DS Techeetah taking the win in Monaco, the lead in the Drivers' Championship, and the lead in the Teams' Championship. A superb day for the squad. A big day for Jean-Eric Verne. Didn't win in Paris this year, managed it last year, and now he's won on the streets of Monaco as well. Top of the championship then for Jean-Eric Verne, with just 4 races left in this enthralling, continually changing 2018-19 ABB FIA Formula E Championship. Verne's at the top now. He becomes the first driver to win 2 races in this season. The streak is over, but for how long will he remain at the top of the standings in what has been an entirely unpredictable year of electric racing?
Well, now it's time to start asking another question. Can Jean-Eric Verne become the first repeat champion in series history and do it back-to-back? Let's go down to Georgie.
I'm outside the Venturi garage with no other than Susie Wall. Susie, you must be happy. Home team, home race.
We're incredibly happy. Obviously, our headquarters are just over the rock on the other side, and to be on the podium at home in Monaco with our president here, Mr. Giro Pastor, it's a very special day for us.
And I spoke to Felipe Massey earlier. All his family are down here as well. Really lovely, lovely finish.
Well, you know, he's shown so much promise in the last races and just hasn't quite made it to that podium finish. So to do it here in Monaco, his first podium in Formula E, a fantastic drive for him and very, very well deserved.
Midway through the season, is it all about incremental gains now, or you're still trying to push for those podium wins?
Absolutely pushing for those podium wins at every race that we can. We had so much momentum in the middle of the season. We kind of lost our way in the last couple of races, not scoring any points. So it's great to be back to get some good points from here, and we really want to finish with a strong few races now leading up to New York.
Yeah, well, we look forward to seeing you in Berlin in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You look good on TV.
Thanks, Georgie. We are here with another happy man, another happy team principal, Michael Carcamore. We spoke a lot today about the success of the team and just pushing the team a little bit further to get over the line. Another podium for Oliver. You must be ecstatic.
Absolutely, not just another podium, a real win for the team. They really came together, made it happen, and Seb did a great job as well. You can't ask for more from a team, for sure.
Michael, how much relief are you feeling? Because the pace of your Nissan all season's been great. You've had one podium to show for it. How are you feeling right now?
Again, the idea that we work hard and we prepare hard and we've had some bad luck is one thing, but the podium makes it a lot better. And the team is really just ready, excited to go for the next race now.
You said earlier on, whilst we were watching the interviews, that you're really proud of his performance. What was it about his drive today that made it so special for you?
again, he didn't take any unnecessary risks. He had a lot to deal with Massa behind. He made great progress on Byrne when he had the opportunity, and he brought it home in the end, which is what really mattered. And in the end, it was really close.
Darry and I have spoke in depth about his temperament, because was it Marrakesh where he said, I just got too angry? Do you keep sitting him down and talking about his mental stability on the track?
Well, I think you can see he's already grown. He's already been growing since the first race to today, and he knows when to take some measured risks, but now he's also worried about making sure he gets the results for the team and himself. And he's growing. He's quickly growing.
And Sebastian Buemi finished P5, so, all in all for the team, good day.
All in all, a great day, a great job by a teammate to make sure that both of them finished in the points, helped the team out, moving up the standings. And again, we still got a couple more races left. The series is really close, so...
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah. Darry and I were talking to Mark Preston, and we were saying, is it easy for a team to kind of sit back now? Because it feels like you've got the package is coming along, the driver, the car, the fact that you've reunited everyone in this very, very happy garage. How do you keep driving the team forward? What do you say to them, and what do you tell the guys when it comes to those meetings where you're analysing everything, you think, right, there's a little bit of an area there that we can really work on?
That's exactly it, that we look for those incremental steps. I mean, we know we have the baseline, we know we can prepare, we know that we can work together as a team and get results, and now we want more. We want the consistent results. I mean, I want the guys to finish the season on a high note, and there's still a couple more races to do that.
Dario, you've been there many, many times, I'm sure. The championship just over the horizon.
Well, you guys are now, it seems you're in contention, and I think to me it's a different ball game. It's one thing you're struggling to dig your way out of the dirt. You're really there just shoveling. And you guys are now you can say, okay, we've done that. Unfortunately, the way the minds work of all these teams is like, okay, that's one goal accomplished. Here goes the next one, am I right?
Absolutely, exactly. We're digging and to lay a foundation, and now that foundation's there, and I think we can build upon it.
But it's all happened so quickly, Michael. This is the first season that you guys have competed, and you're making big statements every race.
Absolutely, and again, I can't be more proud of the whole team for putting it together. The work and effort that's been done to make it happen is really been something else.
How much of a help has it been partnering with a team like Dams, like E-Dams, that are so experienced?
I mean, you can't ask for a better partner. I mean, the fact that their long history, not just in Formula E, but just in racing, means that they know how to get the job done, and they find results, and they find ways to move forward.
Good man.
Is there anything in particular that you can change on the car, maybe development-wise, in the next couple of weeks that will give you more points, big amounts of points in Berlin and then Bern?
For sure, the effort still continues to be on the energy management. As you can see today, we did a good job. We held a good pace and energy usage, but I think if we can get a little bit more pace at that same energy usage, we could move one more step.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much.
Mike,
We're going to let you go and celebrate. We'll bring in Georgie as well.
Hi, Georgie.
Hello.
A great day.
Really great day, yes.
Have you enjoyed yourself?
I certainly have. I've smelt the champagne off the podium.
No, that's Vernon, to be honest.
That's just me, yeah. I absolutely stink of the finest champagne that Formula E has to offer. Dario, let's talk about the next race in Berlin. Who do you think is going to grab that one? Because that's an interesting circuit.
Well, Daniel Abt dominated last year, didn't he? But I would still look for Andre Lotterer to come through. It is so open. I'm sitting here just naming names. I could name any name in the in the whole paddock. I'm not going to be in Berlin, unfortunately, in Indianapolis 500. So you're going to be on your own, old son.
Oh, I'm going to miss you, Dario.
I'll miss you too, pal.
Won't be the same without you.
Georgie, congratulations on an awesome debut.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. We continue in Berlin, but let's find out what else is to come on this phenomenal season that is Formula E.
9 races down, 4 to go. Round 10 of the championship is perhaps the most unique stop in the season. For the 5th time, we return to Berlin to see the drivers fighting it out around the iconic Tempelhof Airport. Last year was an all-Audi affair. The German marque would be looking for the same again on home soil. As the championship heads into the business end of the season, Formula E returns to Switzerland for a second time. But this time, Bern will host the E-Prix. In Formula E history, the championship has always been decided in the last event of the season. And what a place to hold the finale, the Big Apple, New York City. 5 continents, 22 drivers, 12 countries, but there can only be one champion crowned.